Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us at the MarketSite studio in Times Square, New York City, we have Jeff Saviano. He's global tax innovations leader with EY. We're going to talk about generative AI and its place in tax law. Jeff, it is great to have you at MarketSite in person.
It is so nice to be here live in person.
Yes,
thank you.
It is great. And law, it's at the forefront with AI technology due to the highly sophisticated research and writing tasks required to perform on the job. Why is this especially so for tax law?
Yeah, great question. Let me start with the law. And AI has been used to help with the law and help solving legal problems now for some time, whether that's automating legal processes or helping to draft documents and basically just trying to find patterns in data to make better decisions. So we're seeing that these tools have been enabling lawyers now for some time. Now with tax law in particular, we think because it's such a rules-based system that the opportunities are just through the roof. So we're excited in tax law about actually using it similar to lawyers to draft documents and to do research. And so from a research perspective, if you happen to see the ChatGPT-4 release, there was actually a tax section to it. And they asked it some questions and it did pretty well. So it can use it as a research tool, can use it to search for information. Many people think that as tax folks, we have our head in the code all day, but we actually spend a lot of time just searching for information. And these tools can be so helpful to just find the right data that we need in order to meet obligations.
Why is responsibility key to the success of generative AI?
For really, I think it's an important point, and in this euphoria that we're living in around ChatGPT and generative AI, we're all so excited about the opportunities and the capabilities, but we think it has to be balanced. There are risks associated with using this technology too. It's highly regulated in some jurisdictions, so need to be sure that you're complying with those regulations. Some AI systems are biased. And we've read a lot about that. And if you don't have access to the data to determine if the data is biased, there's things that you can do to test the outcomes, to make sure that your outcomes from these systems aren't biased. And then also, some laws require that AI systems have to be explainable. You have to explain the outcomes. They have to be transparent. That's not easy. Some of these generative AI systems are not. So there are certain risks associated with using it, and I think it's important that people understand that.
Why should collective intelligence and keeping humans at the center remain a priority?
I hope we as humans will be at the center of this. We believe in, I think that term is the right one, it is collective intelligence. Together, we are better, man and machine together. There are some things that the machines are just better at. The AI systems are better at language. They're better at some interpretations. They're better with analyzing data. But as humans, there are things that only we can do. And the creativity, the emotional intelligence. And so the best of these AI machines and the best of human professionals, we think together. That's what we mean by collective intelligence.
The Future of Life recently published a letter that it's calling for a complete halt of the extension of these systems and to prevent them from becoming more powerful. What's EY's approach to this?
Well, it's a 6-month halt on, as you said, Jill, on extending these systems, but we're more than happy to use the existing generative AI systems that are in use today. So there's lots of experimentation that'll happen. We think that sticking with this idea of responsible AI, that experimentation should happen responsibly, and we should make sure that we're minimizing the risks wherever possible. And so that will not halt. It's hard to halt innovation. So
right.
That will continue, and we're excited, I think, for those in your audience who want to get started, they haven't done anything yet. It's certainly ripe for experimentation, and my advice would be to do it responsibly.
Yeah, I mean, the horse is out of the barn at this point.
It is out of the barn.
But let me ask you this, first, second, third year associates, don't they
Yeah.
kind of go through these documents to kind of, figure out their way and earn their stripes, if you will? Will this hinder that learning process for them?
We hope it won't. We think you have to be careful. We have to be careful in designing these learning programs. I look at it, Jill, as you're climbing the ladder, and today, the lowest rungs of the ladder are some of these rote tasks. I remember my first year going into a conference room and had to read 50 lease agreements, and those days are gone. The machines are better at that. And so what I'm excited about, and what we teach, I also teach at Boston University School of Law, I was with the students yesterday. They're so excited about taking that bottom rung of the 20% of the tasks that nobody really wants to do. You don't learn a lot anyway. Take that out of the equation, climb the ladder of providing value. But I think you're right, we've got to design these programs, and we have to make sure that the junior associates are getting the right experience. Absolutely.
All right, Jeff, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.